السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم يسر لنا أمورنا واشرح لنا صدورنا وفهمنا وعلمنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم آمين. أما بعد, we continue inshallah دروس التجويد. This is what, session 3 or 4? This is session number 4. And we are focusing on, we learned introduction of Tajweed and a few other rules related to Quran in general and Tajweed. And we are focusing on Makharij al-Huruf, or the places of articulations of all the Huruf. We studied all of that, mashallah. And we may go quickly over that, inshallah. How many total makhraj that we have of all the places of articulations of the letters? Go ahead. 17 total makhraj of all the letters. Out of these, we have 5 main makhraj, 5 main places of makharij of articulations of letters coming from al-jawf down. 3 letters come from al-jawf, which are Huruf al-Madd al-Thalatha, the 3 letters of Madd, the long, Alif, long, Waw, long, Ya. Example, Ya'malu, this U, long Waw. Alif, Yasha, this Ya. Ameen, this E, long Ya. Moving up after al-jawf, we will have the next main makhraj, which is al-halq, the throat, subdivided into 3 makhraj. The bottom one, aqsa al-halq, and then wasat al-halq, and then adna al-halq, which is the top part. From the bottom part, aqsa al-halq, hamzun ha, ha. From the middle of it is aynun ha, ha. From the top, adna al-halq, come 2 letters, ghaynun gha, kha. That's the second main makhraj. Moving to the third main, which is the leading makhraj, that will be al-lisan, the tongue. From the tongue will come many letters. The first from inside coming outside will be the makhraj of aqsa al-lisan. I think I may show this here to make it easy. You got it somewhere? Internet is okay? MashaAllah, now everything is accessible online if you have internet. All right, come on. So yes, the makharij we already talked. Do I have to turn it on? Can you raise it up a little bit? Jazakallahu khayran. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but let's see. Bismillah. So we talked already about those 3 makhraj of hamzun ha from the aqsa al-halq, aynun ha, middle of the halq, ghaynun kha from adna al-halq, this is the throat, moving up to aqsa al-lisan, qaf, then kaf. Actually, it's the opposite. If you follow, this should be the qaf is up here, kaf is a little this way. If you talk about they are in this place, but aqsa al-lisani fawqu. Then the kaf. So qaf is here, kaf is here. Middle of the tongue, jim, sheen and ya, aj, ash and ya. Difference between huruf al-madd, alif, ya and waw, and this ya, this is the voweled ya, yi, you. But this one is long ya. Jim, sheen and ya. Then from the side of the tongue, all through will be the dad, either one side or both sides, dad. Then from the top side of it or the frontal side of it is the lam. Try to make pronounce it as we say it. Then the dal, ad, and ar, what? Noon, right? Yeah, so the noon and the ra, and this tip of the tongue will hit right here, and on the gum, right behind the upper teeth. That's the noon. And the ra, ar, noon will touch, ra will not touch. The tip of the tongue or the tongue will touch here with the ra while being flat. If you turn this around a little bit, it will give you the R, the English R. If you repeat it too much, it will give you a different formation of ra, which is not Arabic. So ar, that's the ra. And touching here, the tip touching here, that's, can everybody see? Everybody sees, right? All right. So this is the noon and the ra. At, ad, and at will be this tip of the tongue touching somewhere here on this place also with part of the teeth. At, ad, at, the top teeth. Then dha, tha, and za, zay, tha, and dha. The tip of the tongue will be between the teeth, not tipping outside, but closer to the top incisors. Do we call them incisors or incisors? Incisors. So ath, l, and ath, dha, tha, and what is that's mixed up? This one here actually, this one the, tha, and dha. Yeah, that's the problem of Sheikh Google, whoever is putting it out. But alhamdulillah, you can catch. After you learn everything, you can catch what's right and what's wrong. All right, so dha, tha, and dhal. Not this one. This one here. This one should be right here. Then where is something is missing here? That's the noon and meme here. Okay, but they put them up top. But totally one makhraj of 3 letters are not here. Sin, which is S, like S, Sad, the Huruf al-Safir, and Zay. That thing is going to confuse you. You did send me where? On my phone. My phone is not here. So can you send it to the email? We'll get back to Google. It's helping, but this one is messed up towards the end here. All right. Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah. Oh, here's the one we were using. Is it loading? So that one is here. Here is what we're talking about, right? So we're reviewing what we got so far. The, tha, and dha. Then sa, sa, and ra. The tongue is sitting at the bottom here. Sa, ra, and sa. Sin, sad, and zay. Yes, Huruf al-Safir, the noise letter. Then the tip, we're done with the tongue. From qaf and kaf, jim, sheen, ya, dad on the side, lam on the side, noon and ra from the tip touching here, tha, tha, and dha from the tip of the tongue touching closer to the upper teeth. And then we had noon and ra, n and ar, this touching here. And then sad, zay, and sin with the tongue in the bottom and noise coming in between. Moving to the ba, to the lips, we will have the ba, fa, waw, and mim. So the ba, the two lips will touch each other, ba, ba, ba. Waw, they will make a round, they will make a shape which is round, gives you the waw, aw, aw. And then with the fa, the top teeth will touch the inside of the lower lip to give you the fa, f, f, f. And then the ghunna, or the nasal cavity, or this area, will give you the ghunna, which is the nasal sound associated with noon and, where is the meme? I think it's this one. Noon and meme. These are the letters of
all the letters, the 28 letters of Al-Arabiya, the Arabic language, right? So let's move now to Sifat al-Huruf. And again, this is just it's a good portion, but training is what's really important. But you cannot practice something that you do not visualize it. Now we visualize it. We know where does each letter happen and come from. We need to know now something that's as important. These are Sifatul Huruf. Each letter has a makhraj, we studied that, and has a sifah, place of articulation, and sifah, which is the feature, the attributes. Like a human being, I mentioned that before. You have the body, this is the makhraj, this is your body, this is who you are. And then you have features, sifat, black, white, this sifa, halim, this one is patient, this one is a little bit whatever. So the combination of your body and your features will give you who you are. Same for each letter. Let's talk about the sifat or the characteristics of al-huruf, sifatu al-huruf. All right. So, talking about Sifatul Huruf, or the characteristics of the Arabic letters, Sifatul Huruf, we will basically examine, as we examine the makharij, we'll examine the Sifat of Al-Huruf, the importance of studying Sifatul Huruf to differentiate between, you will have Sa and Sad, Sin and Sad. Basically, and they're coming from almost the same makhraj. So, the Sifat or the features is what's going to make the difference. Precision of pronunciation and refinement of the pronunciation is when you know the sifat of each letter. طيب. We have how many sifa in total for all the letters? How many makhraj? Do you remember how many total makharij? 17. Same number for the sifat. How many total sifat or features for all the letters? 17 as well. Out of those 17, we have 5 characteristics that have the opposite. So we have 5 and 5, that's 10. 5 sifat, and they have the opposite of them, making total of 10. And then we have 7 that don't have an opposite, special to certain letters. Got that? So 3 categories, or 2 main categories. Sifat, laha, ad-dad, features with opposite ones. 5, and then the opposite of them, to make total of 10. And then we have 7 of them that do not have opposite. So letters with opposing characteristics, sifat mutadadda, letters with unique characteristics. The first are 10, the second are 7 of them. I'm pulling this from, to be honest, from Ad-Dirasa. I think this is the website. We're already showing their website. So this is going to be a little confusing to you. I'm telling you ahead of time. But we want me to move this one? Okay. Good? More? Can you take it more, Ya Abdurrahman? خلاص. طيب. So the main F11, I will be able to scroll after that as well. Good, mashallah. That's why I need you, brother Zakir. Take my back, mashallah. All right, so you don't want to, if you grasp and get all of that, alhamdulillah. If you don't, it's okay. But there are some of these features that I really want you to know. طيب. These features, the first 5, they will have features and the opposite of that. They will mainly depend on these. The first one, they depend on the presence or absence of breath during the pronunciation. Does this letter come out with some air associated with it or not? Right? If it comes with some air, it will be called hams. The letters with hams. What is hams in Arabic? Whispering. Whispering. So this is the first sifa. Hams and the opposite of hams. Is it coming with some breath or not? That's the essence of it. We will study the sifat that will correspond to that. Does it come with air, some air, or no air? Number 2, continuity or disruption. Is the letter, the sound during the pronunciation continuous or stops and then comes? That will give you 2 opposite sifat features that we will talk about. If it stops and then opens, or if it flows completely without any interruption, that's going to give you 2 more sifat. The tongue's distance or closeness to the palate during the pronunciation. Is the tongue up, high, or low? That will give you 2. If it's high, that's sifa. If it's low, that's another sifa. Isti'la, istifal. Number 4, the letters attachment or detachment of the palate. Is the letter attached to the palate of the mouth or not? That will give you this one, and I don't want you to pay so much attention to this. The letters pronunciation using the tip of the lips or the tongue. Is it coming from the lips mainly or the tongue? That will give you the 5. If you know these, you know 10 already. It's either this or this. It comes with breathing. There's air with it. It will be this. It doesn't come with air. It will be this. So that will give you the 5 main sifat that will have opposites. And then we have the 7 others that will explain them separately. Now let's give the examples or mention each letter, and we will know. So the first one is jahr versus hams, or hams versus jahr. Hams, hams, hams. Right? That's the air, breathing. That one will have this group of letters that are characterized with the sifa of hams. They will have a little bit of air or breath as you are saying them. The ones with jahr, they will not. So it all happens in the hanjara, in the larynx. Is it the larynx? I'm saying it right? So if the makhraj depends, if the letter depends on the makhraj, the place of articulation is strongly, there will be no air, almost no air coming. So I think there are 2 parts of the larynx, right? الأحبال الصوتية فيها جزئين, right? So there are 2 parts. If they really attach and detach strongly, that will give you all the sifat of al-jahr. If they are weaker as they are attaching, releasing some air, they will give you all the sifat of al-hams. That's a little bit of phonics and phonetics in here. We don't want to get too much in there. All I want you to know is there is a group of letters that are associated with air coming with them. You're not supposed to say them without air coming. And the opposite. There are other letters you're not supposed to release too much air as you're saying them because they are sifatul jahr. What are those letters? What you will need to do is basically there is sentence for each one. Do you remember the sentence that gets you the letters of al-halq? All the letters of al-halq. Do you remember that maxim that was there? Who knows that? Yes. We don't say it this way, sister. We sing it. That's a good one too. In غاب عني حبيبي همني خبره. To make it easy to remember, it's همز هاء عين حاء غين خاء. Right? So we have things similar to that, but mainly sentences. It's not it's actually, yes, it's a sentence that has a meaning in Arabic, but when you know these, you don't need to know the opposite. So if some letters have air with them, some letters don't have air with them. If I have a sentence to tell me what are the list or all the letters that have air in them, now I know them. All the rest of the letters, they will be sifatul al-jahr, or the opposite of it. طيب. When we talk about hams, the letters that come with hams, and that's what I will put in here, and that's where we need these nice colors. I hope I can get this in a screen. So sifatul, the first 2 sifat is one, we're talking sifat al-huruf. Letters, features. All right? So, number 1 is, خلينا نبدأ من هنا اليمين. Al-hams. Al-hams. What is hams? Whispering. What are whispering? Letters that come with air. So, whispering. Got that? What are the letters to give me those huruful hams? Who know these? You have studied, some of you studied this with me already. Huruful hams. فحثه شخص. فحثه. Come on, you're still new. شخص. سكت. Is that clear to everybody? That color, is it clear? يا سلام يا دكتور عمر. الله يرضى عنك يا دكتور عمر. فاء حاء ثاء هاء شين خاء صاد سين كاف تاء. Can everybody in the back see this? So this is the list of the letters that come with air. If there is no air associated with that, you're not saying it right. Especially when it has sukoon. Pay attention to this. Especially when it is silent. The air that's coming is more. So what is the sentence to get that together? فَحَثَّهُ شَخْصٌ سَكَتْ. Let's say it word by word because that needs to be memorized. فَحَثَّهُ. No, one word. فَحَثَّهُ. Everybody. فَحَثَّهُ شَخْصٌ سَكَتْ. Try to get to that. All of these letters. Fa, ha, tha. If you say fa, ha, tha, ha, you will not remember them. That will get this, will get it to you together. It's a cognitive association, whatever they call it. So all of these, try it. So what is this letter? Put sukoon on it and add hamza before. F. Do you feel any air coming? Do we have any napkin? So if you put it, if the napkin is not moving, you're not saying it right. So F, 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 F. You feel the air. And then ah, ah. The amount of air is going to be different from one to the other. Ah. And then F, F, F. There is air coming. Ah, ah, ah. And then Ash, Ash, Ash. Try it as I'm saying it, please. Ash. Not as much as the F. And then Ash. Ah. That one is Akh. As, S, Ek, Ek, Ek. And then Et. All right? Give me a letter that's not here. Dal. Is the dal here? That's fa, ha. Is there any dal? All right. So, as we say dal, ad, we shake it a little. How do we say, do you feel any air coming out as we say dal? Like D, ad, ad. How do we make it mistakenly wrong? Say it wrong with hams. Ad. It's going to be ta. It's going to be closer to ta. Ad. Right? So the list of letters that will be associated with air coming with will be called huruful hams. Huruful hams. The letters of whispering, meaning some air is associating these letters as we say them. The opposite of that will be number 2, huruful jahr. Al-jahr. Al-jahr is like making something majhur, like clear. So all of these sifat, I said 5, they have opposite of 5, giving us a total of 10 features. 5 is weak sifat, and the opposite is strong. Which one do you think is stronger? Which letter is strong? Is it the F or the ad? The ones with air, little bit of air, and the one with no air. No air. Yes, that's Shifatul Quwwa, Shifatul Jahr, Majhura. Do we have to memorize the sentence for that? No, you don't. You just know fa, ha, tha, ha, sha, shin, kha, sad, sin, kaf, ta, fahathahu, shakhsun, sakat are the letters of hams. The opposite of hams is jahr. That's going to be all the rest of the letters. So we have 2 sifat so far. What are those? Al-hams and al-jahr. Al-hams, whispering, breathing of some air associating the letter as it comes out. What are the letters of hams? Brother Jalal. Or anybody, what are the letters of hams? Right in front of you. Yes, فَحَثَّهُ شَخْصٌ سَكَتْ. Especially when it has sukoon, when you stop on it. All right? Like إِذَا السَّمَاءُ انْفَطَرَتْ. When you stop on انفطرت, what letter is that? When I say إِذَا السَّمَاءُ انْفَطَرَتْ. انفطرت. This is ta. When I stop, I have sukoon. So is the ta one of these letters? Yes or no? The last one. So how do I say it right? Do I say it with hams, releasing some air, with it, associated with it, or no air? Yes or no? Yes. How do I say it right? Somebody tries. Raise your hand and try. Raise your hand and let me. Brother Tamam. انفطرت. This. That's why you feel that. That's why they put those sponge things for these kind of letters. Like fa, f, at, with the letters of air to kill it in here before it gives you all of these noise in the mic. Yes, sir. That when we get to qalqala, we will compare. لا. When we study qalqala, you will see it. We will compare and contrast. Because yes, some people mistakenly make qalqala or shake it. Did I say we shake this letter? No. What do we do to it? Release some air with it. How do we say it wrong? No air. How do we make it from huruf al-jahr, not from huruf al-hams? Here, air associated. انفطرت. You will not feel it. It's not too much air, by the way. If you put too much air, you will push it to a different level. You make scene, for example. انفطرت. That's scene. You get some scene. No, just a little bit of air. Hams, whispering. انفطرت. You barely hear it. How do I say it without? How do I say it wrong without hams? I make it jahr. Somebody try. Yusuf. Yes. انفطرت. انفطرت. Now the identity of the letter is not there. What do you mean? If you don't, we already know the word. But if somebody doesn't know it, he would not or she would not know what letter is that. When you say انفطرت, is it hamza? انفطرت. When you say the hams, now we know it's that. انفطرت. Right. So these are sifatul hams. Any questions here? Only here. Yes. This sifa will be associated to all of these letters at all times. However, if it has sukoon, and especially if it's at the end, it will be clearer. It will be clearer. I give you one characteristic of the Moroccan sisters and brothers and Algerians. They put so much hams on the ta's, or huruf al-hams in general. This is how you know one of those. They say, just, do we have any Moroccans here? So they make it right, but they put so much air. There's a lot of these things on the test. But to answer your question, yes, if they are in the middle, if they are in the beginning, if they are at the end, but especially if they are second. Sukoon will be only if they are in the middle of the word, or if they are at the end. Sakat, like this, infatarat, will be clearer. Example of? Midden, find me a word with a ta in the middle. It does have to be ta or any one, or any letter. Tabbat, yes, tabbat, but that's at the end. Tabbat. Yeah, ta. So you cannot say it. If you say it with no hams, it will be almost dal. Da. It has to have hams. How do you say it? That one is voweled. It has haraka. So there should be air with it. Ta. There is air being released. But then the ba is not one of them. It will be clearer here. Tabbat. Because this ta has sukoon, comes at the end. It will be clearer. But it's at any ba. Do we have an example for one in the middle? Fatahna, ta maftuha. We need one with sukoon if you can. Fatahna is a good example. Fath, yes, fathan. Fat. Inna fatahna laka fathan. Fathan. You don't say fathan. We say fathan. If you slow motion it, you will be able to see the hams in there. I want you to know that there is hams being associated. What is hams? Air. Little bit of air associated with fa, ha, shin, kha, sad, sin, kaf, ta, combined in the word, in the sentence, فَحَثَّهُ شَخْصٌ سَكَتْ. And the opposite of all of these letters, they don't have air associated with them. And those are huruful jah. Especially when it's silent, it will be clear. Let's move on. We will be stuck in here if we... Yes, go ahead. when we study all the letters and you see that qaf will have, qaf for example, will have sifatul qalqala, aqa. Kaf will have hams, saka. Like give me an example of hams with the kaf. Yaktub, uktub, yaktub, yaktub. This kaf right here will have hams. How do I say it with hams? Release a little bit of air. Yak, yak. Do you feel it? Do you hear it? Yak. This sound in here, which might be clearer here. Yaktub, yaktub, yak. That's the hams. If that's not there, I will make it jahr. I will say yaktub, yaktub. That's not right. Yes. Yaktub. You can have two or more. Which you're talking about ba? What? Two, yes. Yaktub. Yaktub. Not yak. Yak will be shaken. Let's get to all the sifat because some of these questions will be answered. We will be able to differentiate between qalqala and hams and what have you. Abdul Rahman. It doesn't matter. Some letters, some sifat, it will matter. But for this one, it will not matter. The amount of it will be more when it's silent. Or it will be clearer. The hams will be clearer when it is silent. طيب. See that? So these are sifatul hams. And the opposite of it is al-jahr. فحثه شخص سكت. Yes. No, that's what I've been saying. This sifa is sifa mulazima. We have some sifat that will be there with the letter at all times. Maybe clearer in some times, but some sifat will be there only at certain times. So this is not one of them. Al-hams is with the letter at all times. All times, like fatahna, fatata. This ta has fatha. Do we have air associated with it or not? You have to have it. Fata, fata, ta, 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 ta. There is air coming with it. It's not, that's what I said. You put it too much. It's not ta, ta. It's ta, 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 ta. Say it right with a little bit of air. Tabbat yada. So it will be ta, there is hams. And tabbat, in the ta, there is hams. The amount of air coming in the word at the end, which is the ta, is more. Why? Because it's silent at the end. Because of sukoon, it's silent. Sukoon is, it's the letter itself is weak. We will come to that at the end. So the sifa will be clearer. Like sabr. You might have sabr. It's there. It's with you all the time. But when will it show more? When you are being tested, right? You're sabr. Okay, I'm patient. But you can say it all day. But when you're tested, it will be clearer. You can think about it this way. Let's move on to the next sifa. Again, remember, those two sifat, they have to do with the presence or absence of air or breath as we say the letters. If there's amount of air coming with it, it has hams. If there's no air, it's jahr. It's sifatul jahr, strong enough. Why this is happening, I explain. Because لضعف اعتماد الحرف على المخرج. The letters of hams, they are kind of weaker depending on the place of articulation as they are coming out. That's why there's air associated with them. And that's the right way to say them. While the other ones like dal and ja and all of these, they will be strongly depending, say da, da, da. You almost feel where it comes from. It's very strong. Number two of the pair of sifat, they will depend on continuity or disruption. Is the letter continuous, flowing as I'm saying it, all through, or there is disruption? There is a point where it ends and then it comes again. That all depends on the sound while I'm pronouncing it. And these sifat will be, that's al-jahr, we give the examples. All right. Ash-shidda wal-leen. The shidda, which is, shidda means like strength, something is shadid, tense, intensity. That's the name of the sifa. Shidda and then al-bayna bayna or al-bayniyya, both of these, whether it's strong, shadid, or between, in between, all of these, like shadid, very strong, or somehow strong, or in between, both of these will come in one category, versus al-rakhawa. Rakhawa, rikhu, is somehow like weak, not as strong, soft, and so on. طيب. So in Arabic, الشدة signifies intensity of the letter, and it denotes the cessation of the sound flowing during the pronunciation of the letter. To remember the letters of shidda, again, this is going to be homework. Don't think that you will get them all. Maybe you can, but don't be confused by how many sentences. I'll give you 5 sentences to differentiate between the 5 pairs. Just one sentence for each one. Number 3, we said the sifa is called what? Ash-shiddah. Intensity. What are the letters of ash-shiddah? شديدها لفظ. يلا دكتور عمر. أجد قاطن بكت. Okay. So each letter of the 28 letters, it will have one or the other of the sifat. It will fall in this category or that category, all of them. All right. So the first one is that set of letters. These are the strong. They are shadid. This is not continuous letter. They come to a point where you close completely whatever makhraj that they are coming from, and then you open it up. Versus al-shiddah, then there is al-rakhawa, and then there is the one in between. It's called al-bayniyya. Huruf al-bayniyya. Bayniyya, bayna from bayn, in between. So this is the main one, this is the one, and this is the opposite of it. Shidda is ajid qatin bakat. Let's try them. What is shidda? Like, what is hams? Release some air coming from it. What is this? No air coming in it. What is this? The letter completely stops, the makhraj stops or closes and then opens. What is that? It's open. It's like air coming through. Let's try the hamza. That's the close, and then you open. So you have to close and open. Jim, ad. There is a point, if you slow motion it, there is a point where it stops. Ad. If you say it, many people say it wrong. They say it with rakhawa. They say aj. This is not the Arabic jim. Al-jabal, al-jabal. No, that's not al. It's not continuous. It's here, shidda. So what is the right way to say the jim? Is aj. Dal, does it close? Ad. So it gets to the point, ad. Right? So it closes. There's a point of, again, this is whether it's continuous letter or not. Qaf, aqqa, close and open. Ta, some of us confuse this with this. If you see yourself or find yourself releasing air with the ta, you are giving it a little bit of ta, or maybe depending how much. So give me an example. Any word with ta. I said many times you have to have your mushaf open in front of you. Give me any word with ta. Here you said it with some hams. I'm sorry. Once you at-tayyibuna lit-tayyibat. So is there hams in this one? This ta. If I will put it in one of those two categories, would I put it with hams? There's no ta. So it should be jahr, no air. Do I say at-tay, ta, or at-ta, ta? The second one. So that's not going to be as easy to pronounce it, but try to say it with no hams. The right way to say it is at-tayyibuna lit-tayyibat, ta, not ta. This is the little differences between saying the harf or the letter right or not. Ta. And then ba, ab, The two lips will get together, close completely before they open. Ab, ab. Then kaf, they will close completely before they will have shiddah. So yes, there will a little bit of air, but there is closure. It's not as continuous. Ak. As you open, you release some air. That's why it has hams here. But whether there is opening or full closure, that will give you those two. So there is somehow full closure at certain point. What was? Give me a word with kaf. With sukoon, to be clearer. أكف لا أكفرتم يكفي فسيكفيكهم I closed, I made the shiddah first, and then I released some air to give you the hams. So فسيك. See, when I said فسيك and then the sound stops, that means it's shadid, because it's shadid, it depends. And then releasing some air, it will give you that. And then the ta. Same thing, there is 8, you will close and then open. انفطرت. I'm going slow motion. It's not, you don't stop like this as you say it, but there is almost full closure. Not as continuous as the rest of the letters. Let me give you the list of the حروف البينية. وبين رخو والشديد لن عمر. These are the letters that are 50-50. لام لن عمر. لن عمر. لام نون عين ميم and ra. This is the ones in the middle. It's not full closure, it's not full opening. It's somehow you see the tongue is staying in the makhraj, but there is some continuity into it. So noon, and the tongue is closing the makhraj, however the sound is flowing because it's associated with ghunna. Ain, it's there in the throat, but there is, so it's not like dal, ad. It's kind of in between. And then the ra, ar, same thing. The rest of the letter, give me anything, any letter that's not here, that's not here. And we will see that it's flowing. It's totally floating or flowing. Give me an example. Seen. Do you see seen here? No. Do you see seen here? No. So it's حرف من حروف الرخاوة, one of the letters of softness, which is flowing. It's open. The thing is open. So you will say what? As-sama. If you happen to stop on it, it will be flowing 100%, no problem. إذا السماء as versus at. As. One is flowing. Do you see the difference, ya shabab? You feel the difference, kind of? So one we close, one we do not close. The continuous, depending on the continuity. Give me another letter. Yes. That's very normal, very normal. That's why I displayed what is the essence of the differentiation in the first place. The essence are those 5 things. If you understand these 5 things, you will understand 10 sifat. The essence of the first one is whether there is air coming out or not. Air coming out, we will call it. I need answers, loud answers. There is air coming out with the letter, we call this. There is no air coming with the letter, we call that jahr, huruful jahr. You got that, right? Hold on. Then the next one, what is the essence? What are we talking about in the first place? We're talking about whether the sound totally stops at certain point or it's flowing all through. Like, if it stops, like jeen, al-ja, ja, ja. So it closes and then opening. Versus as, where is that? Can you make that in the scene? No, it's flowing from the beginning to the end. Flowing from the beginning to the end. So this is the essence of this. You got this so far? So if there is air associated with it, here. No air, here. If it closes completely, here. Halfway, closes halfway, it's in the middle. If there's no closure of the makhraj, the place of articulation at all, it's here. Give me an example of a letter that's not here. And we can compare it to a letter that's here, and we will know the difference. Fa, is the fa here? No. Is the fa here? No. So it's rakhawa. Give me a word with fa. Inna Rabbi latif. Latif. Say fa. Continuous, forever, from here until Minnesota. And it keeps going. Flowing. Versus, so versus the sister of it, the one with two dots. It's what? It's qa, qa. The other one is not fa, fa. It's so one is flowing, latif, versus مثلا ايه حق, حق. So it's closer. There's closure here, there's no closure here. Clear? Good. Moving to the essence of the third category. And again, you don't want to, I said that in the beginning, some of these will be confusing. You don't want to, just pick what you can of these because they will help you at the end. The tongue distance or closeness to the palate, is the tongue up or down? So ignore everything else. We're now talking about whether the tongue is up, حروف الاستعلاء. Tongue is down, حروف الاستفال. Tongue is up, استعلاء. استعلاء. So that's 3 and 4, and then 5. استعلاء. What do you mean استعلاء from علو? High. عالي, العالي. And then the next one, 6, استفال. The opposite of it. استفال. استفال from سفل, سافل, low. So when the tongue is up, that will give me حروف الاستعلاء, which are خصة, ضغط, خض. Right. So that's خاء, صاد, ضاد, غين, طاء, قاف, and ضاء. You can, these are probably the easiest to know and to differentiate. All of these letters are thick letters. These will be حروف التفخيم. Study this letter. Tafkhim is thick letters. What do you mean thick letters? The tongue is up, higher. Akh, akh, akh. Say it with the tongue in the bottom. Akh, akh. Right? Sod, as, so. Say it with the tongue down. You will get this. As. Tongue is down. No, the tongue, when the tongue arches up, as, so, like that. Then bod, al, bo. Say, imagine this is the tongue, this is the palate, the upper palate of the mouth. So, walal, bo. Imagine that the tongue is here. So it will be walal, da, bo. So the tongue is up. Po, at, po. So whether the tongue is up or down, that will give me this. Whether I release air or not, it will this. Whether the makhraj closes and opens, it will give me this. Then qaf, aqqa. All of them you feel them. Kha, sa, qa, dha. Thick letters. If you make any of these letters thin, meaning you put your tongue down, you will probably either move it into the opposite letter, some like from sad to sin, or from ta to ta, or it will not be right at all. So these are خص ضغط قض. خص ضغط قض. If any of the letters are not clear, please ask me. So those will be حروف الاستعلاء, thick. حروف التفخيم, high, bigger. Tongue up, as you say them. Give me, everybody, pick a word with any of these letters here, please. Raise your hand when you find yours. All right. Yes, Brother Zek. Give me just one word, hopefully with one letter. So, sirata, right? Sirata. Say it right. Again. Si. No, it's in between. Si. Let me give you, as I'm speaking, common mistakes. Common mistake of the Indo-Pak brothers from India and Pakistan, usually, in order for them to say sad or dad or any of the huruf al-tafkhim, basically, they add a little bit of dhamma to it, oo sound, which has nothing to do with dhamma, unless it has dhamma. So they tend to say swa, dwa, kha, like that. It does not have dhamma. It's sa, ba. Don't make your lip round at all unless you have dhamma or waw. So sa, ba, fa, like kha, sa. Where is your word? Give me your word. So sirata. If you don't say it with tafkhim, it will be sirata. Sirata. قضية. قاف and ضاء. قضية. Yes, not كدية. كدية with the tongue is relaxed. قضية, tongue is up. Sisters, give me your examples. Yes. فضلوا. Say it again. فضلوا. Tongue is relaxed. We need to get the tongue kind of فضلوا. Take it up. All you need to do is just arch the tongue up. فضلوا وكان فضلوا. One of the, it's not an easy word to say, but فضلوا, wonderful. Another example. ظلمات. أضاء. For this one, ظلمات. ظو, not ذو. ذو, it will be ذال somewhere else. Any other examples? عظيم, not عظيم. عظيم will be the tongue relaxed. عظيم, like that. Great. Any other examples? ولا الضا, not الدالين. Actually, it will make الضالين, not the way of those who go deviant. الدالين, what is, no, the guys who guide others. So guide others, دل يدل, not ضل. ضل يضل, to deviate. ضل is to deviate. دل is to guide or help or denote, refer. All right, so clear so far? I will ask, are you comfortable? Everybody is comfortable asking you questions. Say, sister, brother, such and such. What is that? Comfortable? If you're not comfortable, raise your hand. You asking a question? Go ahead. Yes. You are, mashallah, advanced level. We will talk about this being حروف الاستعلاء. One other صفة will be التفخيم. And when we talk about the levels of تفخيم, we'll address your question, inshallah. But I think everybody is comfortable. The opposite. That's a good question. Those, the tongue is istifal. Istifal. That's fa. I'm sorry. Istifal. Isti'la. From safala. Safil. Asfala safilin. You know this? Asfal, lowest of the lows. That's low. Isti'la, like al-ali. Right? Now, Kamal. What is the essence of differentiation here? How do we differentiate? Based on what? Up here and down here. Shiddah and rakhaw. If you don't know, say la'alam, it's okay. Huh? The tongue placement is it here or here? The air. Okay. I need to wake you up. You know it, but you shuffle them up. So the tongue up or down is where? This one here. Tongue is up, isti'la. Will give you kha, sa, da, sa, all of these thick, heavy letters. Tongue is down is the opposite of them. You don't need to know the maxim or the word for that. What is the essence of differentiation? Reem. Here, in here. That's based on what? So that makes a letter shadid or rikhu or in between. If it's continuous or disruptive. That's the right answer. Which one is shadid? Shadid, is it a continuous letter? No. The shadid, it depends so much on the makharaj that it closes and opens. The rikhu, it's open all the time. The in-between, al-bayniyah, lin umar, it's somehow, in between. So the essence of this is whether the tongue is up or down. The essence of differentiation here is whether the letter we close completely and open or not, or halfway. And this one is the easiest. The essence of this is releasing air or not releasing air. Release air, hams. No release air of air, al-jahr. Let's take two more. I hope it's not too much for you. The next two letters will depend on what? Let me get you to the list again. So, where is the list? So the list in number 4 is the attachment or detachment from the pellet. So basically the tongue is up, but is it totally attached or not? And again, if that confuses you, fine. Because that specific one is kind of this argumentative or controversial amongst the scholars. But let's get to the letters of these on number 4, which will give us pair of them. That's استعلاء. The opposite is استفال. إطباق or انفتاح. إطباق is totally the tongue. The tongue was up or down, but now the tongue, is it touching, closing completely, or not closing? That will give me إطباق and انفتاح, which is in a way closer to the shidda and to the ones number 2. It's close to that. الحروف المنفتحة أو المطبقة ضاء مطبقة صاد وصاد ضاد طاء ضاء مطبقة. So these are the letters صاد ضاد طاء and ضاء. So it's not only arched up, but it's مطبقة as well. Number 7 الإطباق. الإطباق from أطبق closes. صاد ضاد طاء and ضاء. And these are the thickest letter in Arabic. صاد ضاد طاء and ضاء. If that confuses you, it's fine, no problem. الحروف المنفتحة is everything else. There is some kind of open انفتاح in a way or another in all the opposite letters. الإطباق, didn't write الانفتاح. الانفتاح. All right. Number 9. I said الإطباق صاد طاء ضاد طاء and ضاء. The rest of them are منفتحة or open. The last one, اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد, whether الإصمات or الإذلاق, which depends on what? Who remembers? The essence of that will be on number 5. Whether the letter is the pronunciation using the tip of the lips or the tongue. So, what are حروف الإذلاق, الحروف المذلقة? That will be فر من لب, الحروف المذلقة. فر من لب, ف, را, ما, لا and با. الإذلاق. ف, را, ميم. فر من لب, لا من باء. فر من لب. All right, so the opposite of that is الحروف المصمتة, الإصمات. 8 9 10 الإصمات. As we get closer to here, it's the difference between the letters, or the difference between the features is very slight, and it requires a lot of practicing, and it might not be clear to you at all. All the opposite letters, and that's totally fine. So فرّ من لب. Basically, the pronunciation involves the tip of the tongue or the lips, either the tip of the tongue or the lips. Al-ismat, the letters exhibit a certain heaviness during their pronunciation. That's the rest of the letters. Let me quickly go over the 7 letters that don't have opposites. So we have 10 letters, basically 5 with the opposite. The 5 with the opposite is al-hamsu, and the opposite is jahr, depending on air coming out or not. Al-shidda and al-bayniyya versus al-rakhawa. One is the makhraj is closing completely or opening or in between. Isti'la and istifal, tongue is up, arching up or relaxed down. It will give me isti'la, khussa dagtin qidh, or the rest of the letters will be istifal when the tongue is relaxed. Itbaq, basically it will be full, the tongue is fully closing on top. That will give me al-itbaq, صاد ضاد طاء ضاء. With the صاد it's not 100%, but it's making itbaq. Infitah with the rest of the letters. Idlaq, whether it depends on the tip of the tongue or the lips, that will give me those muzlaqa or musmata. طيب, the 7 other sifat that do not have opposites, one of them is as-safir. As-safir will be associated with صاد, zayn, and sin. There's noise in them. If you don't have that noise as you're saying the صاد or the sin or the zay, then you're not saying it right. This is a sifa associated to the صاد, sin, and zay at all times. Give me a word. الصابري الصادقين السماء الزكاة, like that. حصل حق. There will be some noise. To say it wrong, you will not say the noise with it. حصل حق. مثلا السماء. You will not say the noise, which will not be right. So الصفير. القلقلة. Do you hear any noise? That's it. It's associated with it. It's not, we're not putting too much unless there is shadda. As-sama, because as-sa, there's shadda in here, but not too much. As-sa, but there is safir. You can clearly hear that. With any letters with sin. Bring me any word with sin. قَدْ سَمِعَ اللَّهُ قَدْ سَمِعَ, like this. الساعة الساعة الناس من الجنة والناس. This will give you the sound of صفير. القلقلة is اضطراب المخرج. The makhraj, you will shake the makhraj as you say. Like what? What are the letters of qalqala? This is one of the most famous صفات. So these are the tens, and then we have صفير, noise, with sin, صاد, and zay. قلقلة, قلقلة. That's one of the letters, the words that the meaning refers to the, or the sounding of it refers to the قلقلة. There's a shake as you're saying it. So you're shaking the letters. The letters of these are, sticking to one color now. قطب جد. قاف. قطب جد. قاف طاء باء جيم and دال. Especially, not specially. This is only when it's sakina. So this is one of the sifat. You will not see it. You will not make qalqala if the letter is voweled. You will make it only if it is vowelless, if there is sukoon. You see? So this is not associated all the time. Give me an example. وَتَبَّ. وَتَبَّ. تَبَّتْ يَدَا أَبِي لَهَبٍ وَتَبَّ. This b shaking. If I don't shake it, if I say وَتَبْ, that's wrong. There's qalqala. أحد. أحد. قل هو الله أحد. This ending dal should be shaken. Why? Because it's one of the 5 letters جد with sukoon. أحد, not أحد. If somebody said قل هو الله أحد, you're hiding the letter. You should be shaking it. All right. القلقلة. Then what's after القلقلة? قطب جد. Let me take off some of these. If you have to snap a picture of that, fine. If not, I will just take this off from maybe these two and go on. القلقلة. القلقلة. قطب جد. قطب جد, which are قاف, طاء, باء, جيم, and دال. These are حروف القلقلة. If you have any of these sakin, only when they have sukoon only, you will make qalqala. Give me a word quickly. لقد. So there's 2 letters, qaf and dal. La, qa, d. The qaf has fatha. We don't shake it. لقا. It's already مفتوحة. But the dal, because it has sukoon, لقد. لقد. Like this. لقد. Because it has sukoon, I will shake it. La. If I don't shake it, it will be لقد. لقد. Is it ba? If somebody doesn't know, is it ba? Is it لقد? When you say this, da, that's a shaking. Back to the question of Dr. Muhammad earlier. What is the difference between qalqala and hams? This is a little bit of air. This one is shaking the makhraj completely. Give me one of the, so here, that's an example here. How do we say this qalqala? Shake the makhraj of the dal. Right here, we're focusing on the dal. How do we say it right? لقد. What did I do? I shook the dal. لقد. Let me say it with hams. A little bit of air. Here you go. لقد. لقد. If somebody said لقد, 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 it's a little bit of that, a little bit of that, but there's air coming. It's not لقد. It's, one second. It's not لقد. It's لقد. 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 As the sound is coming, it's moving. Not air with it. Yes, Brother Zek. one half of the kasra to make what? Qalqala. That's one of the common mistakes. Some people make it closer to kasra. لقد. Some people make it closer to fatha. لقد. It's not closer to fatha. It's not closer to kasra. It's not closer to dhamma. It is just shaking the dal as you're saying it. لقد. 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 Like that. So al-qalqala. I need to go over the next two صفات and then I get all the questions inshallah. All right, so اللين حروف اللين واللين منها الياء وواو سكنة ياء and واو. If they have sukun and fatha before, that will be حروف اللين, soft letter, flexible, coming easy. بيت, خوف, بي, أي. If the ya has sukun with fatha before. If the waw has sukun with fatha before. أطعمهم من جوع, لا جوع, وآمنهم من خوف. These are called حروف اللين. It's not going to make a huge difference in the way you pronounce them. They are just soft as one of the صفات for you to know. The next one, الانحراف, and then التكرير, and then التفشي والاستطال. Al-inhiraf in al-lam, it doesn't really matter much to know about. You may read about it. If you get it, fine. If you don't get it, it's not going to affect the way you say it. Al-istitala, that's one of the most important ones. Istitala in the dad, it will make it stretch a little bit as you say the dad. It's not like the dal. Waladda. Waladda. It's not waladda only. There is istitala, there is a stretching that happen inside. All along the side of the dad. Walad. Especially when you stop on it. Al-ard. Not sure. I will try to make it a little bit, put more stress so you feel it. Al-ard. That's istitala. Al-ard. 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 That's called istitala in the dad. In the dad. It's not just the touching and going. Al-ard. It's not, it doesn't have, if you say al-ard, you will be making qalqala. There's no qalqala. If you say al-ard, you're making hams. It's not hams. It's istitala. Al-ard, like that. Al-takrir, which is a sifa that comes with the ra, you're not supposed to make it. Takrir, repetition. I mentioned that already. Ra, if you say so many ra's, masalan, give me a word that has a ra. Ar-Rahman. So if you keep saying 10 ra's or so, Ar-Rahman. If you repeat it, that is wrong. We need just one ra in there. Or basically you put the makhraj, the tongue in the makhraj of the ra and stays there. It does not shake or move. If it moves, it will give you more than one ra. Ar-Ra, ar. If I stay there, the tongue is not moving. Ar-Rahman, ar-Rahim. That's because it's shadda. But we don't repeat. We don't say Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim like this. So the ra. At-Tafashi is a sifa for the sheen. Al-Inhiraf or Takrir. Or At-Tafashi, I will get, that's what I'm getting to. That's a sifa for the sheen. Basically, as you're saying the sheen, which happens where? Tell me the sheen. Where is the sheen? Where is the makhraj of the sheen? We just said it in the beginning. جيم والشين ويا. وسط اللسان. أحسنتم. So as you say the sheen in the middle of the tongue, it spreads all through the mouth. All through the mouth. So ash. You even feel it. Goes everywhere. Ash. الشجرة والشجرة والشجرة like this. Some scholars say that goes with the fa as well, but very few. So it's mainly the sheen that has tafashi, which is spreading and going all through the mouth as you're saying it. Ash, stereo kind of, yes, all around, like صوت محيطي. These are all the letters of al-huruf that if you study and you master, you will know how each single Arabic letter pronounces. I mentioned al-inhiraf. I said don't worry about it much. And then there is a lean. I mentioned a lean. There is istitala. What did we miss? I think we got them all. Safir, tafashi, التكرير الراء, we said don't do it in ra. This is a صفة التكرير, repetition in the ra, don't make it. This is a صفة that you have to avoid. الانحراف for اللام, التفشي for the sheen, اللين for واو and ya that has سكون and فتحة before, القلقلة. So we got those 7. In addition to the 5 that we discussed in the beginning with the opposite, the 5 pairs. So these are 17 letters with their صفات. Let's just recite Surah Al-Fatiha and pinpoint a couple of صفات because we're getting closer to Isha. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the scene, in bismi, give me one صفة at least for the scene. Hams. What is hams? A little bit of air. Bis. Give me another one. And safir, because there is noise in it. So there's hams and safir. You were able to pinpoint at least 2. Beautiful. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Ar-Rahi. Give me one صفة at least for the ha. Ar-Rah. Hams. There is air coming from it. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Give me at least one صفة or maybe a couple of them for the طاء. الصراط طاء. Give me 1 or 2, maybe more. صفات. 1. استعلاء. The tongue is arching up as you're saying it. This is 1. So تفخيم. All right. شدة. Is it شديدة? الصراط طاء. Yes. There is شدة. There is إطباق as well. It's up and touching. Beautiful. الصراط. There's no قلقلة because there's no سكون. But if it has سكون, it will have قلقلة. صراط الجهر as well. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. Now if somebody said صراط what happened in here? What happened? What happened to the ta? We know it's ta, but if we say صراط what's missing? Tell me what's missing now. We're supposed to make إطباق, but there's no إطباق. We're supposed to take it up. We're supposed to make استعلاء, but there's no استعلاء. The tongue should be arching up. الصراط. No, it's relaxed down. الصراط. Right? غير المغضوب عليهم. If somebody said غير المغضوب, ma. Is that right or wrong? What is happening in here? Wrong. Why? In the meme, if somebody said ma. You're saying it with استعلاء. Is it one of the letters of استعلاء? The tongue is up now. تفخيم. Is the tongue should the tongue be up with the meme? It should be up with خاء صاد ضاد غين طاء قاف ضاء خص ضغط انقض, but not with the meme. With the meme it should be relaxed down. ما not ma. ولا الضالين. أحسنتم. بارك الله فيكم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. We have سيرة إن شاء الله after صلاة العشاء. Stick around إن شاء الله for سيرة. بارك الله فيكم.
Can I say غير المغضوب عليهم ولا غير
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله